CTV News at 5 with Tony Rima and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Tony is off. A 24-year-old North Bay man is facing serious charges, including assault for what police say was the attempted abduction of a child. The incident in question happening yesterday afternoon in the area of Marshall Park and LaBreche Drives. According to police, a young person was with a parent when the accused approached the child, attempting to abduct them. Investigators say the two are not known to each other. The man quickly fled and was arrested a short distance away in the 500 block of Lakeshore Drive. One person has died following a single vehicle crash on Highway 400. According to the OPP, it happened around 2:30 this morning on a northbound exit ramp to Highway 559 in Carling Township. No other details have so far been released. The highway was closed for several hours for an investigation. Time for our first check on weather. For more details, we go to CTV's Rick Wyman. And Rick, it's looking nice out there so far. I'm hoping this is going to last.
Yes and no, if I can be frank, on this Friday evening. Ian, we've got some precipitation in the forecast. Also, our systems map, courtesy of Environment Canada. I hate to be ambiguous. I know that's a big word for Friday heading into a weekend, but it's all brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today at CAA.ca. We've got a system, low pressure system coming up from upwards of Minnesota and Colorado, drifting into Northeastern Ontario. Late tomorrow afternoon, in some cases, continuing into Sunday. We'll have some details on that coming up. 5-day forecast is next.
Thanks so much, Rick. North Bay police are looking at new ways to crack down on distracted driving. It's part of a new multi-year traffic management and safety plan that lists distracted driving as one of its 6 priority safety concerns. CTV's Eric Tashner reports.
North Bay Police will have a new 60-day strategy. It's called Operation Busted. An officer will board a city bus where they will have a better vantage point of drivers using cell phones from below the sight line, like on their lap, which makes it difficult to catch.
One of your first indicators or signs are people with the head down. Usually when they're stopped at stop signs or traffic lights, it's usually when they'll access their devices.
According to the North Bay Police, the number of deaths from distracted driving are on track to double the number of fatalities related to impaired driving. Police data finds over the last 5 years, distracted driving was a factor in 40% of the fatal and injury collisions.
It has been an issue for us, and it continues to be an issue.
There's youth, there's elderly, there's all kinds of people who use our streets, and we want to make sure that, when you're operating a motor vehicle, you're also taking that responsibility.
If the officer sees the violation while aboard, they'll radio ahead to another police officer following behind the bus, who can then pull the driver over.
Because distracted driving laws have been around for so long, we're going to take a zero tolerance approach.
A first-time conviction carries a $650 fine if the case is settled out of court. If it goes to court and the driver is found guilty, the fine can go up to $1,000 with 3 demerit points and a 3-day license suspension.
Decisions that you make when you're in a motor vehicle, good decisions will save lives. And ultimately, again, road safety is everybody's responsibility.
Setting your GPS before you get going, putting your phone in the glove box on silent, or maybe putting your purse in the trunk if that's where you keep your phone.
The report also found nearly 3 out of 4 Canadians admit to having been distracted while behind the wheel, and that distracted drivers pose the #1 risk on Canadian roads, contributing to 8 of every 10 collisions. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
We're learning more about a harrowing situation in Sudbury where 27 dogs were rescued from an apartment. PetSafe says the animals who came in skittish and untrusting are now making great progress. CTV's Elena Everson reports.
These are the parents of 3 litters of puppies that were all rescued by PetSafe. Makwa and Shadow have now been spayed and neutered and will be returned to their owner.
We responded to the call and, started to engage with the gentleman and just talk to him about overpopulation, what his plans were for these animals. He was definitely in trouble, so we just reached out to say, let's work it out.
Pissot says pet hoarding is a growing problem and that people need to ask for help before situations become overwhelming, resulting in neglect.
You can imagine going into a 2-bedroom apartment with 27 dogs and 25 of those being puppies. You can imagine the conditions. And, you know, those are challenging. I mean, that would be hard for our shelter staff to maintain that in a small space, let alone, you know, an individual who works and you know, has to come home and deal with the care level that they require.
Passat says the youngest litter was sent to Throw Me a Bone Canada in Parry Sound. Right now, animal care attendants at PetSave are working with the 9 to 10-month-olds, building trust, TLC, and socialization.
When these dogs came in, they were terrified. They'd never gone outside before. So we have to take our time with them, and we just have to make sure we're going at their pace. Lots of treats, lots of praise.
Ulrich says there's a big difference in just a week, from barking and hiding at the sight of people to now building social skills. They are also seeing grass for the first time.
It's incredibly heartwarming. We are so happy for them, so proud of them. They're going to have great lives when they're done here.
Officials with PetSave say the cost to care for the dogs rescued in this hoarding situation alone is over $25,000. The dogs will be available for adoption with spay and neuter once they are properly socialized. Alana Everson, CTV News, Lively.
Time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has our full weather forecast. For now, let's go to a live shot of the International Bridge. This shot courtesy of Bridge Administration, where they have a pair of peregrine falcons nesting. The birds have been returning for more than 2 decades, and they hatched 2 chicks on the Canadian side on the bridge. That's right, folks, they're Canadian. Stay with us. You're watching CTV Northern Ontario.
Tonight, how illegal drugs get a free ride through North American airports.
How the 25 kilograms of cocaine did not get detected.
4 young Canadians move large quantities of coke in their checked bags.
I was told that they take it and they bypass the scanner.
And letters from prison reveal shocking allegations of airport insiders on the take. Tonight on CTV News and ctvnews.ca.
Hey, it's Friday, really, and the start of the weekend. And of course, a lot of people asking me today, what's happening with the weather? Let's have a look right now. Forecast radar. We've got some precipitation moving in. Sorry about that. It's going to happen by late afternoon tomorrow in some sectors. And again, Saturday night, Sunday, pretty good bet for rain. Again, this is what it's going to look like by about supper time on Sunday, around 5, 6 o'clock. So again, late tomorrow and into Sunday, you've got the rain. Sudbury Nickel Belt 5-day forecast. Chance of showers late tomorrow afternoon into the evening. 30%, 20 your high. 13 on Sunday, 60% chance of showers. Pretty good bet there. Monday, sunshine, 24. 23 on Tuesday, chance of showers. All the way up to 29. What's up with that? 29 on Wednesday with the sunshine. And that's just a harbinger of things to come this summer. Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, chance of showers tomorrow, 18. Chance of showers on Sunday, 14. This is not a good streak. 30% chance on Monday, 23 your high. 24 Tuesday, 40% your chance. Wednesday, the sun will shine, 27 degrees. Meanwhile, Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, sunny skies tomorrow, 23. Chance of showers 3 consecutive days. Daytime highs at 17, 23, and 22. Then going all the way up to 26 on Wednesday. Some sun and some cloud. Now let's have a peek at what's happening at Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake. 20 tomorrow, sunshine. I like that. Chance of showers on Sunday. Pretty well the story across the Northeast. Only 13. Monday, Tuesday, chance of showers at 30 and 40%. 25 and 28. Wow, I like that. 28 Wednesday with sunny skies. So again, your evening lows look good. Your daytime highs even better. North Bay, West Nipissing. Chance of showers for tomorrow, 40%. But again, showers later on during the day. 20 your high. 14 Sunday, chance of showers at 60%. Monday, sun and cloud, 21. Chance of showers on Tuesday, 24. And 27 Wednesday with the sunshine. So Ian Campbell, you've asked about sunshine and weather. We'll get some sunny skies tomorrow, some precipitation. Then that sunshine that you've been asking for will creep into the forecast by Monday. So I know you'll enjoy that. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Rick. I will, for sure. Over $300 million worth of investment is coming to steel tube making operations in Sault Ste. Marie. As CTV's Corey Nordstrom explains, Tenaris will be set up for new work and new jobs over the next 2.5 years.
Both the federal and provincial governments will be providing over $70 million for upgrades at the Sault Tenaris steel plant. With investment from the company itself, a total of $306 million will transform the facility over the next 30 months.
This investment will expand production, extend the range of made in Canada products, and maximize productivity through the installation of new state-of-the-art equipment. When this project is complete, we will have enhanced our production capacity significantly, nearly doubling the OCTG and line pipe production that will help unleash the value of energy across all regions in Canada.
The company has been in the Sault for over 25 years, specializing in steel tube used in major fuel projects across the country.
Tenaris is the only manufacturer in the country capable of producing the steel pipes needed for Canada's oil and gas industry. And this kind of Ontario-made manufacturing is more important than ever before.
These funds are allowing the steel company's portfolio to expand, reaching new markets and further strengthening its ties to communities like the Sault.
The project will have nearly $500 million in economic impact. It will increase production by 78% and also productivity by 36%. So that's good news. And also it will be developing new types of products.
Today's investment will not only help maintain the current Tenaris workforce of over 800 in the Sault, but allow the company to create 200 new permanent positions, mostly in the finishing department of their steelmaking operations. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
Recreation and cultural centers in Iroquois Falls are getting a $500,000 boost from the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund Corporation. The announcement today will support upgrades to the local library, museum and recreation center. The library and museum will see new lighting and flooring. The library will also see new accessible features, including upgrades to the washrooms and a new accessible conference room. The Porquis Recreation Center will be upgrading east troughs, snow guards, and furnace, among other renovations. Sudbury City Council is set to review a final recommendation to transform Lively's Anderson Farm Park. The proposed four-season site is intended to replace the public recreation space lost when the city sold Meatbird Lake Park 5 years ago. While the design includes walking trails, winter skating, and a community sauna, the project follows years of public debate. The plan relies on $4 million from that sale, but staff note that rising costs mean additional city investments will be required.
The estimate is in the over $7 million range, which is one of the reasons why it has to go through a budget cycle to be approved at next year's budget officially. But through talking with Parks and Recreation staff and Economic Development, they feel that this is such a good amenity for the people of Lively and something that the whole city will be able to enjoy.
I'm just encouraged that, elements that we would be want to see in there were addressed, right? So the agricultural, the themes, the infrastructure improvements, those are all things that we at the Heritage Society are very, very happy with.
Council will vote on whether to approve the location and the updated funding model at its meeting Tuesday. Coming up on CTV News at 5, some big names around the north are inducted into a Hockey Hall of Fame. Plus, one Sudbury area grade school gives students a chance to go around the world from the comfort of their gym. Inclusion was the topic of discussion at an event in Greater Sudbury today to help mark Community Living Month. CTV's Angela Gemmell reports.
If everyone buys in and everyone does their part, I think there'll be a lot of good change for the better.
Local entrepreneur Ryan Benoit was one of 5 panelists speaking at an event focused on inclusion. It was organized by Community Living Greater Sudbury.
To really come together and say, how can we find innovative and some solutions to community inclusivity? What can we do better? How can we build our strengths? And how can we make Sudbury a role model of inclusivity across the province?
I think it was a great turnout. I think having events like this, it's extremely important to kind of spread the word and give people a different perspective and share stories.
Along with Benoit, panelists included Sudbury Mayor Paul Lefebvre and Sudbury MPP Jamie West, as well as advocates Kevin Cooper from Sudbury Community Service Centre and Jackie Belaney from Sudbury District Restorative Justice.
People are not just invited into spaces, but they're genuinely valued and heard. And that they're able to participate with dignity, voice, and belonging.
The event was moderated by Sudbury Member of Parliament Vivian Lapointe, who was the Executive Director of CLGS prior to her political role.
The work that you do is seen and it is valued.
The audience also had a chance to ask questions, plus the conversation continued afterwards while everyone enjoyed coffee and pastries. The coffee chat in Sudbury was part of Community Living Month. The province-wide awareness campaign celebrates inclusion, belonging, and the achievements of people with intellectual disabilities. Angela Gamble, CTV News, Sudbury.
An inaugural group of Northern Ontario hockey fixtures were honored last night. As CTV's Corey Nordstrom tells us, the first ever Hockey North Hall of Fame aimed at highlighting those who aren't always front and center for recognition, but play big roles in the regional and local hockey scenes.
It was a casual affair meant to honor some hardcore hockey contributors in the region. The inaugural Hockey North Hall of Fame saw 30 Northerners recognized for their contributions, an effort organized by longtime Sioux sports writer Randy Russin.
Not a lot of under-the-radar people get recognized for their contributions over many years. It just seemed to be a lot of higher profile people who got recognized.
Among those recognized, coaches, players, builders of all kinds, representing leagues from across the north.
I owe my life almost to hockey, besides my wife and my children, but hockey's been fantastic for me and a lot of success, and I can't say enough.
What is special about this induction is that it's my own people. It's Northern Ontario, where I was born and raised, and to be recognized by your own peers is really something very special.
5 media members also made up the first edition of the Hall of Fame, including CTV's very own Tony Rima.
When you're bringing sports and highlights and information to people, maybe it's the first time they're hearing it. It really brings community together, whether it be large or small.
The banners carrying the names of each Hall of Fame member are going to be hung in the Machine Shop's Steam Fitters Lounge, and Russin hopes to recognize many more in years to come.
We're going to put nominations out and ask people to nominate people who they feel are worthy, who have been involved in the game since 1975.
An event like this today, you see all the great people that have involved and put, countless hours into, whether it's coaching, running teams, buying teams, all these people. If it wasn't for this group, there probably wouldn't be very much hockey in Northern Ontario.
Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
There was a celebration of diversity in Sudbury last night as a school gym was transformed into a global marketplace. These were the sights and sounds of what's known as Multicultural Evening, hosted by École Publique Hélène Gravel. The event organized by the school staff and parents. It's in its 4th year. From Australia to Portugal, 11 families took part to share their cultures, flavors, and traditions.
My kids are in 2nd grade and in SK, and they talk about the diversity every day. The school really lets that shine, and we wanted to give an opportunity outside of regular school hours to let our families showcase their culture and their food and really let them shine tonight.
My husband is Lebanese, and I have the citizenship, and my kids too, and I went there 10 times, and I'm able to cook food from Lebanon, so I wanted to represent this country because it's part of who my kids are.
I'm representing Australia, and I brought fairy bread. It's like bread, and there's butter on it with sprinkles.
We represent Kazakhstan, and the foods we brought were barsak, which is like a bun, traditional. And then we also brought honey cake.
Lebanese food is very traditional and very tasty, and I think people can't miss it. It's so good.
Sounds delicious. Officials hope the event will only get bigger in the years to come. When we return, we'll take a look at your community close up. You're watching First at 5. Time now for a look at our community close-up, and for that we begin in Elk Lake. I've been there. That's a community I know, and Andy Atwater looks to have captured what I'm guessing is a beaver dam at Never Lodge. Just incredible. I know a lot of people, including the animals, passionate about the water up there in the Elk Lake area. Thanks for sharing, Andy. Margaret Lalonde captured some pigeons recently in what appears to be her backyard. Not sure where in the north. I'm guessing they were looking for food. I don't see these very often. Very cool. I love the bluish tinge the one has around its neck. Thanks, Margaret. Finally, Ted Gunn of Sudbury came face to face with these beautiful herons at Fielding Park yesterday in Sudbury. What magnificent birds. Wow, you forget sometimes how much nature we have around us until you see this. Thanks so much, Ted. If you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. Finally for us tonight, Top Glove Boxing Academy had an open house last night to share some information on the work they have done in the community over the past 36 years.
Some of the work that he's done with some youth who were going down that wrong path, and he brings them in here and he's able to really give them so much good purpose and create some much better goals for themselves.
The gym offers programs for youth, adults, Indigenous peoples, and people with Parkinson's disease. Many of the attendees CTV News spoke with, sharing that the gym has also changed their lives and they are now part of a new family.
We've got to get them off the games first, number one. Number two, it's a confidence builder. They come here, they're able to do stuff that exercises or activities that most normal kids don't ever do.
Apolloni says his highest achievements are the work with members who have gone to nationals and the Olympics. I know so many athletes from Sudbury have gone through there and gone on to do some big things. What great work they do. There's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.